In the headlines, troops neutralize cause of terrorists, recover arms and motorcycles in Kano State. APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu says party crisis will be resolved before 2023. Flood kills 50, displaces many in Jigawa. And lastly, on the foreign scene, early results put Kenya's Odinga slightly ahead in presidential race. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. And now the news in detail. Troops of the Operation Forest Sanity, supported by assets of the Nigerian Air Force, have neutralized F4 Bandits at an operation in Galibi, Chikun local government area of Kano State. This followed a clearance operation on an identified terrorist enclave in Galibi general area. This was conveyed in an operational feedback to the Kano State government from the security agencies. A statement from the Commissioner, Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Ruwan, said that 2 general-purpose machine guns, 3 AK-47 rifles and 7 motorcycles were recovered from the enclave of the neutralized bandits. The Kano State government expressed excitement at the feedback and praised the troops for their tenacity in what it called a significant victory against the enemy forces. The 35 persons kidnapped 3 weeks ago at KKB Millennium City, Kano State, have regained freedom. The victims came back to the KKB community on Saturday and were received by jubilant neighbors. It was gathered that one person is still in captivity because the bandit insisted that his family must purchase 2 motorcycles before he's freed. A community leader who pleaded anonymity said 2.5 million naira was paid for their release. In another development, medical personnel and 15 others who were kidnapped in the Sabongero community of Kano State have also regained their freedom. The leader of the civilian joint task force in the community, Uwasi Yunusa, disclosed this in an interview on Saturday. Yunusa, however, said that no ransom was given for their release. And troops of Operation Hadden K, operating in northeast region, have rescued another Chibok girl and 3 others abducted by Boko Haram terrorists over 8 years ago. In a statement on Saturday on its Facebook page, the army said the victims were rescued by troops of 21 Special Armored Brigade, Sector 1 Operation Hadden K at Bama local government area of Borno State. The Theatre Commander Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadden K, Major General C.J. Musa, also assured the general public of the commitment and dedication of the theatre to rescuing all captives and also restoring total peace to the Northeast region. The Chibok girl, Aisha Grema, was received by President Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Salamatu, and donated relief materials and financial support to a newly rescued abducted Chibok girl, Aisha Greba, and 3 others at Malari military cantonment, Maiduguri. Still on security matters, gunmen have reportedly killed no fewer than 16 persons in different communities of Taraba State. Communities at the weekend and whisked away several persons, attacked Gidado and Garinkuka villages in Gondoma district of Mutumbi Chiefdom in Gasho local government area. A staff of the local government who gave his name as Abdullahi Chul said the attackers who invaded the communities in their numbers accessed the villages with motorbikes. Also confirming the report, the police public relations officer Abdullahi Usman admitted that there was an attack on the council and assured that the command was on top of the situation.
It was unfortunate. Bandits have taken over our place. Yesterday they killed 13 of our people and wounded 10. We are taking treatment in Federal Medical Center Jalingo. Please, we are calling for the federal government and NEMA to please assist us with security agents and to assist us with something that is material that will help our people whom were killed and those that are wounded.
Ondo State's Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has asked the Ibira community to maintain the good relationship they have had with indigenes of the state. This is contained in a press statement issued on Sunday by his Chief Press Secretary, Richard Olatunde, and made available to newsmen in Akure. The statesman said the governor spoke at a closed-door meeting with the leaders of the Ibira community. And Akeredolu said the meeting was summoned in the light of the June 5 church massacre in Owo and other kidnapping cases in the state. Akeredolu, who said that the Ibira people had lived together with the indigenes of the state for a very long time, implored them not to deviate from their farming trade. The governor urged them to join hands with the government to rid the state of criminality. Christians and Muslim communities of Dorwan Babuje in Berkin-Ladi local government area of Plateau State have reunited after 13 years of separation. This follows the awarding of some projects by the Community and Social Development Agency in partnership with the community, which requires a combined effort of both faiths to execute. The relationship between Christians and Muslims of the community got sour in 2009 following the recurrence of ethno-religious crisis that engulfed Jos since 2001 and subsequently extended to various communities. Ado Musa completes the story.
The journey to unity amongst the residents of the community began when the Community and Social Development Agency awarded projects including school, water and renovation of a hospital. Apart from the financial contribution, the members of the community, religion notwithstanding, had to collaborate to ensure proper execution of the project. The chairman, Community Development Association Dorwan Babuje, Job Cholom, while expressing happiness during the commencement of the building, says although the crisis has affected them, they have decided to reunite and live with one another, adding that the coming of residents of the community as a family would undoubtedly bring progress of the area.
We have decided to remain united so that we'll be able to see development in our land, we'll bring development in our area. Though crisis affected us in one way or the other, but we really thank God that He has reunited us. All of us here, we're not talking of tribes, we're not talking of religion, we're all together. We're working hand in hand with one another to see if we'll be able to do one or two things for the development of our area. Now we have applied for an assistance from government for the execution of this project of primary school, a 2-classroom block, which has been approved, and so we are doing our own part as a community.
On his part, the traditional ruler of Hausa community, Muhammad Tanko, said the awarding of the project has reunited the community and pledged to sustain the peace. We are happy with the project. This is what we can contribute at our level for the development of the community. Now, peace has returned to Dorwan. We are living in peace. If you look around now, you will see both Christians and Muslims working together. We will continue to do whatever would bring peace in this community. We pray to Allah to help us achieve our desired goal. The village head, Sambo Cholom, said he was happy that the project was awarded to his community and appreciated members of the community for their cooperation and togetherness.
Actually, I'm so very excited because as this project came to my community, we received this project with our whole heart, and the community people really appreciated the coming of this project. That's why you can see from observation, as we just announced yesterday that people should come, and the announcement didn't even go anywhere, but a lot of people came and they were participating, working with their hearts. Hopefully they will see what they were looking for.
Other residents of the area expressed hope that the coming of the project in the community would strengthen the relationship among the residents of the community. From Jos, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
Now to a political matter. National Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Adamu, says he's optimistic that the crisis rocking the party in some states will be resolved before the 2023 general elections. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Trust TV, Adamu said the APC is working to win the 2023 elections, adding that reconciliation is always a work in progress. Speaking on the performance of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, Adamu said the infrastructural development taking place in the country has not taken place over the last 20 years until Buhari came. He said the government is doing as much as the present circumstances allows it to. President Muhammadu Buhari has again appealed to the Academy Staff Union of Universities, ASU, to call off the lingering strike to avoid a total collapse of the education sector. The president stated this at the sole convocation ceremony of the University of Maiduguri for the conferment of a doctorate degree on Muhammad Indimi. President Buhari, who was represented by the Chief of Staff, Ibrahim Gambari, said the continuous strike undermines the nation's human capital development. He added that Nigerians should disregard the belief that insecurity thrives under the present administration, but rather appreciate the peace experienced in the country. President at the event were former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Buhari.
And to transform our infrastructure must necessarily happen concurrently. No government anywhere in the world will suspend one for the other. The hard work to make Nigeria a more secure country is an ongoing one, and the result will emerge steadily and incrementally. As real progress has been made and is being made in resolving the contentious issues that separate the federal government negotiators from the ASU leaders. In this regard, the continuation of ASU strike is now clearly counterproductive. Students wish to return to classes. Their parents want their children to do so without any further delay. This nation cannot afford prolonged interruption of higher education for its youth and thus undermine the development of our human capital.
Universities to urgently resolve the ongoing stalemate in the overall best interest of our country, parents and students. The continuous closure of the universities is causing irreversible damage to the future of our students and the reputation of our country in general.
The Nigeria Labour Congress has recommended a 50% salary review across board given the economic realities on board. And the Labour Union made the recommendation in a letter dated August 8 to President Muhammadu Buhari in response to the economic prescription offered by state governors. The governors had pushed for the elimination of petrol subsidy, the retirement of civil servants from the age of 50, and the reduction of National Assembly constituency projects, among other prescriptions. The union lambasted the governors for seeking early retirement of workers, saying anyone promoting this idea should be treated as enemy of government. Instead of early retirement, the union asked the Buhari-led administration to consider further increase of workers' salaries. You're watching Trust TV News updates coming up after the break. We'll take a look at becoming financially independent through handicraft. This and other stories shortly. To stay with us.
That's great. Good to see you.
Welcome back. This is the news updates on Trust Television. Before the rest of the news, a look at our top stories. We told you that troops neutralized cause of terrorists, recover arms and motorcycles in Kano State. And APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu says party crisis will be resolved before 2023. And on to more news. 50 people have died with many displaced as flood ravages part of Jigawa State. Addressing journalists in Dutse on Saturday, the Executive Secretary, State Emergency Management Agency, Sani Yusuf, said the flood destroyed thousands of homes in the state. He stated that the situation forced Jigawa residents to take refuge in other places, which includes government buildings. Some of the victims are drawn from Balango village, where no fewer than 237 houses were destroyed with 4 people dead. As part of the federal government's intervention efforts, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Sadia Umar Farouk, visited the northwestern state to distribute relief materials. In his remark, the Jigawa State Governor, Badaru Abubakar, commended the federal government for what he described as a quick response to the incident. He lamented the flooding situation, saying it has caused so many trauma to the victims, and the governor is hopeful that the government's intervention will cushion the effect on the people. In commemoration of the International Youth Day, development partners in the agricultural sector have organized a youth summit to help address challenges faced by young farmers in agribusiness. Stakeholders in the sector encourage youth and women to take advantage of the diverse opportunities and modern technology available to foster growth and economic stability. Aisha Saliu reports.
As the world's youth population continues to grow significantly, employment and entrepreneurial opportunities for youth, especially those living in developing countries' rural areas, remain limited, poorly remunerated, and of poor quality. Some of the major challenges faced are limited access to land, inadequate access to financial services, limited access to markets, and involvement in policy dialogue. Hence, the Agricultural Youth Summit suggesting sustainable solutions for economic growth through increased participation in agribusiness.
Instead of people thinking that agriculture is a rural thing, most of the youth are already in the town. So we try to show them how to do urban farming. Okay, with small space, small amount of money within the cities, they can become farmers. Government can create some waivers or some subsidies for young people so that instead of paying full rates, they can pay like 50%, and there will be an incentive for them.
Agriculture is the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, and there are lots of prospects. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you the benefits and the level of employability of agriculture and farming generally. The future of Nigeria agriculture, agriculture globally, and especially Nigeria, information and communication technology have a vital role to play in all this.
Although the role of women and smallholder farmers in agriculture cannot be denied, calls have been made to address the gap and promote inclusion of young women in agribusiness for economic empowerment.
For the women, it's always a very limited window for them, especially the young women in agribusiness. They need more motivation, more. It's not all about capacity building, but we need more like financial inclusion. We need more inclusiveness. We need more information.
Established 6 agricultural training schools in the 6 agroecological zones of Nigeria. So each school has capacity to admit at least 150 farmers and youths every year. So we've been churning out on average 700 youths that have gone through our training.
In order to enhance youth involvement in agriculture, stakeholders believe increased financing input in agricultural investments will boost youth agricultural ventures using technology to reduce drudgery-prone farming activities. Identifying the skill gaps and implementing agribusiness-friendly policies will also go a long way in changing the face of agriculture. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Women in Kano State are devising ways of becoming economically independent through the production of handicrafts. Beautiful handmade products were showcased by women at an exhibition held in the state. Abdullahi Amadi tells us more.
These are some of the end products of Kano State women as part of efforts to become gainfully employed and economically independent. The products are displayed here for 2 weeks as part of annual exhibition of handicrafts produced by women from the 34 local government areas of Kano State. The products displayed are handmade bags, shoes, beddings, and other accessories.
Anytime a woman is empowered, she builds a peaceful and more economically viable home where the husband will be happier and at peace. I believe that your businesses have reduced financial burden on your husbands and has enabled you to pay the children's school fees.
The government is saying it encourages handcraft production and petty trades among women to increase their resilience and improve their socio-economic well-being. The government organized this trade fair to monitor women who are empowered by this administration and evaluate the success and problem areas with a view to correcting it to achieve the desired objective. Now we have success and problems and we will act immediately. The government is also saying its empowerment programs are aimed at engaging women into small-scale businesses to enable them participate actively in nation building. With little capital, we can achieve a lot. Think about it. Had it been we only gave them money without the skills, the story would have been different. Today, we are celebrating success. Stakeholders here are pledging to remain resolute in assisting women, especially those with special needs among them, to remove them out of poverty. Away from that, the women are given assurances to train more people in handcrafts production to attain a prosperous society. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Coast Television News, Katsina.
The Bureau of Public Service Reform has reiterated the federal government's determination to support and strengthen digital services to provide timely and effective public service to Nigerians. Director General of the Bureau, Dasuki Arabi, said this at a training of National Digital Transformation and Data Protection Awareness organized by the Institute for Information Management on Friday in Abuja. President and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Institute, Oyedokun Oyewale, had earlier explained that the awareness campaign was to imbibe global best practices in data management. He said that the campaign was to further inform public servants on newly introduced services and needs.
This gesture will no doubt improve transparency and accountability in the service and to assist government with right quality as well as caliber of public service workforce relevant in this age and getting on site to provide the 21st century public service. It is also one of the most important critical factors for enhancing good governance and service delivery in the world and most especially in Nigeria.
A Nigerian singer, Babatunde Ashafa, has raised concern over spread of fake news in the digital space in Nigeria. The singer, fondly known as Superstar Ambassador, said he will use music to help address the situation. Ashafa, who is on the platform of the Comrade Society Music, during a press conference in Lagos recently noted that fake news is a threat to democratic stability.
No. The online media platform has been terribly inflicted by fake news pushers. Fake news is a threat to democracy stability. B, fake news is a threat to growing economy. C, fake news is a threat to strong military force operations.
And away from Nigeria, Kenyatta's opposition leader Raila Odinga is leading the presidential race according to partial official results as the country remained on tenterhooks for the final election outcome. Result provided by the Independent Electoral and the Boundaries Commission showed on Saturday that Odinga had 54% and his main rival, Deputy President William Ruto, had 45%. The election, which was held on Tuesday, is being closely watched as a test of stability in Kenya, which is one of the East Africa's wealthiest nation and its most vibrant democracy. Past votes in the country have been marred by rigging and deadly violence. Odinga and Ruto are in a tight race to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has reached his two-term limit. And Kenyatta has endorsed Odinga after falling out with Ruto following the last elections. And finally, in sports, City FC of Abuja defeated FWC champions of Abuja in their last Nigerian National League home match played at Area 10 football pitch on Saturday. Trust TV's Adenia Jishafe has more.
Match day 17 in the Northern Conference Group A1 between City FC versus FWC champions started on the fast note as relegated FWC champions of Abuja gave a good fight in the first 20 minutes of the first half, holding Nigerian Professional Football League promotion-seeking City FC of Abuja. The game played until Hassan Mahmoud made a pull-out from the edge of the midfield to connect Godwin Frederick, who scored in the 25th minute, giving home team City FC the lead. City FC's Ekene Osigwe made it 2-0 in the 41st minute via a quick dribble to add more tally. Ekene Osigwe made it 3-0. Immediately the second half kicked off in the 46th minute. The match ends in favor of City FC, maintaining 3-0 till end of March. City FC player who scored a brace in the match, Ekene Osigwe, says they were determined to win considering what is at stake.
The match is outstanding. We need these 3 points. Before the match started, they passed information to us that this is a must-win match. So I thank God for the win. I congratulate all my teammates and all my coaches for making this day possible for us. We are pushing towards promotion. And we know and we believe with Almighty God, we are going to accomplish our heart desire and accomplish our aim.
While coach of City FC, Sunday Oko, believes they will play their last match with tenacity to win after beating FWC champion.
My last match will determine, and I believe I'm going to conquer. Determination, self-control gave me the day.
And that brings us to the end of this news update at this hour. For more, follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching.